Welcome back, YouTube fam. It's your boy Y, and in this video I'm going over a cover for your Watch 8 Classic, Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 Classic to be specific. Now, the reason why I'm going over this cover is because if you're like me and you've been excited for the rotating bezel to come back, then you know that you also want to protect this bezel from getting scratched up. And that's because the body is obviously straight silver. We don't get like a black variant like the Galaxy Watch Ultra from last year. So all this is silver, which means scratches will show very easy, including on the rotator itself. So you want to protect that. Also, maybe this black in here, you want to protect that too, because that will show scratches if you don't take care of your watch. So if you're like me and you know that these are not cheap watches, obviously, so you want to take as much possible care as possible, then the first couple things you want to do when you get your Galaxy Watch, whether it's the 8, the 8 Classic, or the 8 Ultra, slap a screen protector on it, a glass screen protector. Already got that on there. The next thing, if you got their one that has the rotator bezel, what Samsung is known for and which they keep taking away and bringing back for some weird reason, hopefully they keep it now. Now you want to put a protector on this too. In other words, protect your investment. Never know, you may want to trade it in the future or even sell it, get some of your money back. So I went and did some digging, and I saw ahead of time that Spigen had already came out with some rotating bezels covers, rotating bezel covers. Now, I saw one on Amazon, but it looked kind of cheaply made, so I figured Spigen is a well-known company. They're known for making good cases, so why not check out their covers for the bezel? Now, this is called the Bezel Tune. I got two colors. You got the silver one and the black one. So the black one will kind of look like this. As you can see, it's a little bit more numbers on there. And then the silver will just be all silver with some numbers such as 15, 30, 45, and then the arrow, while this one will be way more numbers. You can just see it in the picture. I'm trying to read it backwards. But okay, let's take them out. I can show you both, but I'm only going to put one on because they're technically put on the same way. So when you open this one, it gives you a little baggie. Inside the bag, I'm guessing this is a squeegee. And what else do we have here? These look like adhesive strips. The same adhesive strips you would put inside like a case to stick better with the phone. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't like it. But according to this little picture at the bottom here, oh, turn it the other way. So if you want to pause it and read that, more than welcome to. I'm going to read it anyway. So it looks like the bezel should come with adhesive, but this will be additional adhesive. So it should come with one already pre-installed onto the bezel cover, but let's just say you take it off. It says you can use it up to 2 times, then just swap them out. And it looks like it covers all 4 corners. So a total that you have here is 8. So technically, you really only got like 2 replacements. So 4 and 4. It just goes together in a circle like you see right here on the diagram. So this is extras, and it gives you instructions on how to use it in case you do need to do a replacement. Then on the other side, it shows you how to install it. So you're obviously going to remove it. First, you're going to clean your screen, in this case, your glass screen protector if you already have it installed. Take the adhesive off and then slap the cover on top. Pretty simply made. Now for this little arrow, let me pull this back up. So I thought this was like a squeegee, but this arrow is actually to help you take the bezel cover off. So I know some people like me will try to just put your nail underneath and then pull it up, but that actually may cause scratches, especially because you have this silver, so it will show and it will annoy you. So instead you can use this. Now it doesn't even have to be with this bezel cover, it may just be period. So now you got something you can use rather than your own nail, which will scratch the body of it. And I don't think this was made out of titanium like the Galaxy Watch Ultra was, so definitely non-scratch resistant, not really. Okay, so you get that, throw that to the side really quick. And then in here, you get, it has some weight to it. So basically, let me take this off so I can show you it. Wipe it off because I had it on my wrist all day. So I'm not going to take the bezel skin off yet. I'm just going to pick one in just a moment. But okay, so basically the way it will look is just going to go just like this. It's going to be a bezel cover over the cover. So again, a bezel cover over the cover. When you put it down, when you put it down, it'll look just like this, except it'll be down further, obviously. So again, if you need to see it, this is how it would kind of look. It would just look like a bigger bezel, but this is just the cover to cover this, to keep this from getting scratched up. Again, if you're like me, this will be a great buy for you. Now this is the silver one. So this is how the silver one look. So now let's open up the black one. Now I'm not going to pull out the same thing because you're going to get this again. I'm just going to pull out only the bezel itself. Oh, never mind. You have to pull this out to get to the bezel. So again, put that to the side. And in here, then you have the black version. Just cross reference. These are the only two that are selling on there so far. So something to think about. So again, you have the black version and you have the silver. Now, for the silver, you put it on, it's gonna look like that. Of course, it's gonna be pushed down a little bit more, but that's how your watch is gonna look. It's gonna look like it has a bigger bezel. Same thing with this one. You put it on here, and this is how it will look. So if you want black on black, which I thought I was gonna do silver, but I'm actually liking the black on black. So black on black, or if you like silver on black, you do it this way. Either or, it's still gonna look, it's gonna look chunkier. Now the reason why I bring that up is because of the fact that if you decide to get like a case also, my best recommendation, unless you can find like a maybe a gel type of case, a soft TPU type of case, the hard ones probably won't go in here easy with the bezel cover on there, because remember, this is going to be chunkier and the covers are designed to fit like how this is. Not to go over this obviously, but to fit it. In order to get it all the way on, you have to kind of maneuver it over. So just throwing that out there. I haven't got my cases yet. I think they come tomorrow. So you will see probably in a future video that I already have a case on there, or I may just do a video with that on here. Or I may just do a video when I get the case and showing this on there. But again, this is the bezel cover. Actually, we're going to fast forward into tomorrow. So I'm going to pause it here. And before I put this on, I'm going to basically zoom into the future where you see me have the case on. So that way you can see with the case and also with this on here. So I see you all in a day. All right, YouTube fam. So it's the next day and I got what I needed now. So let me pull these back out. Put that to the side. And this one also, put it to the side. And the reason why I was waiting again was so that way I could do the case. So let me open this up. Got it from Amazon. A whole bunch of cases. I put the link in the description as well, so that way you have it. But let me just take a random one like this one and take my watch off here. And of course, when you put these cases on, you're gonna have to take the bands off. So you just snap it right there. By the way, I do like this new attachment that Samsung has put in since the Galaxy Watch Ultra from last year, but you're not going to be able to use the same bands from the Galaxy Watch Ultra from last year to this year. They upgraded the attachment again. So just to throw that out there in case you're wondering. All right, so let me throw this one on first. So this is, again, different cases you can have. I just got a whole bunch of colors. I think it was like a little over 10 bucks. Not bad, very cheap actually. And it covers the whole watch itself. But with this one, it's a little bit different because you have the bezel. It's not going to cover the bezel. The bezel is going to be sticking out. So this is what I mean when I say you want to put the case on first. So whatever case you want to put on first before you turn around and put that these covers on here, before you put the bezel protector on there. And one moment, let me throw this on. All right, so when you have it on, it looks just like this. Meant to cover the body, to keep it from getting scratched. Now, between the two, I'll bring this back out again. So this one, I do like the way this one looks. And the silver also looks dope as well. And just to show you how it will go, it's basically going to sit like this. So, I mean, technically you can try to put this on first and then throw this on. Because it is gel, you can kind of stretch it a little bit. So I don't think it's going to cause too much of a problem. Matter of fact, I will also try it as well because I don't think I'm going to stick with just the black body on here. So, but it is meant to sit like this. So it does look pretty flush. Doesn't look like it will cause an issue for the case protector. So let's go and pull this one back off and just pull it off on the side. All right, and before I do that, let me zoom out a little bit. There you go. And I show all the cases here. So let me just move all these off to the side really quick. Again, these are different cases I found on Amazon. So you have clear, black, kind of like rose gold. So yeah, rose gold. Then you got pink, silver, blue. Well, not really blue. It's like bluish greenish, more of like teal, because this is blue. Then you have gold and silver. So at least it gives you 8. When I bought it for the Galaxy Watch Ultra, I had to buy 2 separate packs. I got one that was 6 and then one that was 4. So it gives you all the natural colors. I wish it did have red though. Maybe I'll go find a red one after this video. But okay, so I'm going to use this. Let's see, which one will I use? Am I going to use the silver or am I going to use black? Silver or black? You know, I'm always prone to using black, so I'm going to put black to the side. And let's use silver. I'll use silver. Let me grab a cleaning cloth really quick to wipe it. All right, let me wipe this down right quick. Put it off to the side. Whoops, sorry. So when you're putting on the case, make sure you wipe it really good, because whatever you're going to put on the top of this is going to be stuck there. So if you don't clean it and wipe it off, that's going to remain and probably scratch it when you put this the bezel protector on top. Just a tip. All right, so I have the bezel completely cleaned off, so that's good. And then let's go ahead and throw this one on here. And again, it would be best for you to match it up so that way the arrow goes over the arrow. So of course that arrow is down, but you want to just put this one over it so it looks just like this. So get a little bit closer. So currently the arrow is down without the bezel cover, but you want to at least align this over where that arrow is, so at least looks correctly aligned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one off. So we're going to peel all the way around. And again, don't worry about it. They gave you extras, remember? So you have these as extras in case something happens and you want to take it off and put it back on. And we want to align it flush with the middle. So right here would be like the middle. Whoops, a little issue there. Make sure it's on there. All right, I believe I got it. Hold on one moment. Okay, I thought I was doing something wrong, but yeah, as soon as I put it on there, it just automatically stuck. So it's on there. So now you have your bezel cover. Again, you want to make sure you align that arrow with the arrow at the bottom, so at least it looks flush. Technically, actually, let me change that because I just realized I had a slow moment. So you don't really need to align this arrow because when you're turning the bezel, the black part on the inside doesn't move anyway. So just forget I even said that. You can really align it anywhere. And then when you twist the bezel, you just bring it to the top like that. So just throwing that out there. So you don't necessarily have to align it. So I take back what I said probably like a minute ago. Just throw it on there and then make sure, because it sticks automatically. So that's good. Then when you're ready, once you put it on there, it sticks. So I didn't think it was even on there, but it's on there. So it's good. Now, what I'm going to do is, since I did use silver, let's see which one I want to try out. I try the silver one with the silver just to see how it looks. Now, with this one, you see this little lip right here? That will be on the bottom because you see how it lines up. So you want to put that on the bottom. And let's see if it's going to give me any issues. Maybe a little bit, only because it's more fatter. But when you push it, you just got to do it with your finger and push it around. It's a little bit more of a hassle because of the bezel cover. But, oh, one moment, let me try to get it on there. So it should look like this. I'm gonna realign it just a minute ago because the lip is a little bit slinging to the right. But when you have it on, it should look just like this. It's not gonna give you an issue. Oh, never mind, I was wrong. It will give you an issue. Okay, so let me pull this back off. Boom, there we go. Okay, so I just found out. So it looks like, because the bezel protector is kind of chunky and it pushes out a little bit more on the edges, putting this on will hold this in place. So you won't be able to use the bezel protector. So just throwing that out there. That's something I just found out. So I'll show you again. Let me just try to throw the silver one back on so you can see it. So right now you can see, you can push it easy, right? But when I throw the bezel protector on, I mean the case protector on, this time I do this on camera. All right, so I have it on, and now look, can't even move it. So it goes under, it fits flush, it just is not gonna let the bezel move. So if you're wanting to get one of these, you might have to not get the case, or if you already bought the case, take the case off and just mainly use this. So just throwing it out there so that now we know. All right, let me pull it back off. And again, just pull it off, just rip it off like that. So I will do another video or add to this video if I do find a case that fits flush with no issues. So now I'm definitely going to be looking. I'm going to look ASAP actually. So before I even put this video out, I may have already found it, which means I'm just going to add it onto this video. But if not, if I've already uploaded this video by then I'll just make a whole nother video. So, all right, YouTube fam, that was it for me. These are the cases from Amazon, 8 cases in a pack. I'll put the link in the description. The star of the show was the Spigen bezel, call them Bezel Tune. 2 different bezel protectors that they have at Spigen that they created. Really durable. This is the black one. And the one I have on is the silver one. I think they run for like 20, 23, 25 bucks a piece. But it is really good material. You can tell that I'm not going to break this easily. Inside the box also gives you replacement stickies in case. This is like a 2 set, so 1, 2. So when you want to take it off and you want to put it on in the future, it lets you have that as well, which is awesome because if you're spending $20 on a bezel cover, you want to be able to use it. And it also gives you the black piece to be able to take the bezel off. All right, so I was going to add an additional video on top of this one when I found a case that may work for the Spigen Bezel Tune, basically the bezel protector for the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. But I just figured I'd just throw it on the back of this video so that way it doesn't have to be a whole separate video. Now, I did end up getting this from Amazon. So really quick, if you don't want to do like this type of bezel protector, totally fine. It is a little bit chunky, as you can see on mine, and it does make the watch stick out like upward a little bit more, so it makes it a little more chunkier. But if you still want to stick to your slimness, you could go easily on Amazon and get something like this. This is kind of like a case and a bezel protector together, and you'll know that obviously it fit because they go together. So you could do something simple like this. Not a lot of people want to put cases on the watch. I've seen in the past. There's some that likes having cases like me. I like to just protect my investment, but some people don't. But if you are a person that doesn't mind putting the actual case on your watch, maybe you want to protect it or keep it, you know, as scratchless as possible, then you could go ahead and get something like this. And it comes in like 5 different colors. There's green, white, red, navy blue, and then black. And I'll put a link to that in the description as well. And all of them come with a little slim bezel protector as well as the case to match it. Now, if you're like me, you'd probably be probably switch these up, maybe black with green or white with blue or whatever. You don't have to do that, but just an option. Anyway, this is the one that I found that I was a little bit skeptical on. I didn't know if it could fit, but I'm gonna try it. This is from Ringke. As you know, it's completely different from Spigen, but it's from Ringke, and this is just a slim case that goes on the Watch 8 Classic. So we're gonna try to see if that works. Now, a little bit of a problem here. I already have the bezel on, so I'm actually gonna take it off. So I have this one on currently. I may just switch and put this one on for the time being since I'm taking it off. But again, if you haven't saw it already, this is what it looks like with the silver one on, which is this one right here. It is pretty durable. It does work well, and it fits right on. It just literally snaps right on. You don't hear a snap sound because there's adhesive on the bottom, but it just sticks right on. Now, the good thing about Spigen is in the case, in the box. Oh, okay, that was in a different box. My bad, got it mixed up. All right, put this over here. So in the box, they give you extra stickies. So extra adhesives. Now, this doesn't mean that you can use it 8 times. These are literally like a 2 set. Because all these form a circle, just like all these form a circle, and you're just gonna basically put the adhesive back on here, just like before, and then just stick it on your watch. So just so that way you know. But it also comes with some directions, which is pretty good as well. As you can see, kind of shows you how to install it. So if you're one that want to see how to install it, you may not understand how to install it, which is totally fine. It'll give you some simple directions on how to do so. And it also gives you some directions on how to take it off. Now, this is usually the harder part because you just put it on and you definitely don't want to scratch it. And when I mean it, I mean the bezel underneath or the watch itself, because then, you just kind of tarnished a little bit of that money you spent on it. So it comes with an extra tool to actually take the adhesive off. So really quick, I just dropped it on the floor, so let me pick it up. So this is actually that little tool. So I'm going to use this to take it off of here. Let me just take this off. And if you're wondering, yes, I ended up getting a band. This band is from Samsung. This is one of their bands. And this is actually another band that feels extremely good. Usually, like last year's model, man, their bands was really itchy and irritated my skin. But I gotta say, Samsung is winning. This band, matter of fact, I could show you what this band is, and I'll probably show it in a future video as well. So this is their fabric band for the Galaxy Watch 8 and the Watch 8 Classic. The reason why it doesn't say Ultra, because remember the ends is a little bit different. So you can't use the Galaxy Watch Ultra bands for the 8 and the 8 Classic, and you can't use the 8 Classic bands for the Ultra. So they have different attachments. It looks slightly different though. So it looks kind of the same, but it's slightly different. So just be careful with that. Don't try to stick those together. But yeah, that's the fabric brand. And they have a couple of them. I think I may order some more. But the one that comes in the box and this one, honestly, has felt really good on the skin. I haven't been getting irritated compared to last year's model. I think maybe they saw some complaints from people who may have gotten irritated skin. So I think Samsung is really winning this year. But let me go ahead and take this bezel off. And don't worry, you're probably wondering like, hey, you literally just put it on. I didn't. This is actually like a day or two in the future from the rest of the video because I was waiting for these to come in. All right, so again, if you look, just to show you the directions again, usually I don't care for the directions, but you stick it under and you just pop it out. So I'm gonna follow that same guide and just put it here. See if it just pops right out. Yep, close. Maybe I have to go around a little bit. The adhesive's on there pretty hard. Alright, so try not to press the buttons like me. I'm just pressing it over and over again by accident. So almost got it off. So far I don't see a scratch or anything. If anything, it's just try to get it off here. There we go. So I got it up, but then I gotta kind of use my nail a little bit, doing it off camera so I can see it a little more closely. All right, so I have to clean off all that residue. See, didn't leave any scratches or anything like that. So let's go ahead and open this up. Again, this is from Ringke. This is their slim case made specifically for the Watch 8 Classic. All right, sorry, just had to get a knife and open it up. Okay, so opening it up, it gives you two cases. So you have one that is the clear case, and then it says Alpine Clear. So this is your regular clear one. So fresh out, regular clear one, looks super clear, right? Crystal clear, basically. And then one is the Alpine Clear. So this would be the Alpine Clear one. So it looks basically a little more frosted. So if you don't want something that's super clear, maybe more of like a frosted case, you can see the difference between the two. One is crystal clear, the other one is more of like a frosted case. All right, so what we're going to do first is let's install one of these onto the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. Sorry, just wipe it down really quick one more time before I put this case on. And the case is going to go on here pretty easy. You don't even need to take off your watch band for it. So this is one of those cases where you don't have to uninstall, well, not uninstall. You don't have to take off your watch bands. It's literally just snap on. So you want to just fit it on here. And I'm going to do the crystal clear one. So you want to fit it on here. As you can see, it has the grooves in there to fit precisely how it's supposed to. And then on the other side, just squeeze it in. Super simple, just like that. And if you look at it, it does provide some room for, yep, looks like it's moving fine. Let's see, from the looks of it, it looks like there may be some extra space in there for the bezel protector to go on, but let's see. Sorry, I'm getting it super close to the camera so you can see what I'm seeing. But it looks like maybe a bezel protector may fit. So I did the silver one. You already saw how the silver one looks. Let's go ahead and do the black one. And again, if I'm doing it on here, I'm just going to see if it will work. It looks like it will move just like this. Yeah, just fine. See? The only difference is I haven't took off the stickers. So yeah, it will literally be just like this. And this should fit. So let's install it. Again, as you see on the bottom, you see the adhesive strips. When you're putting the replacement strips on, let me just grab it so you can see. Remember, you're just going to be putting in a full circle. That's why I said it's only a 2-set. Because take here, for example. You see how I've taken it off? And it's not even sticky anymore. What you're going to have to do, if you ever take these off, take this adhesive residue off. Because you're just going to replace it with this anyway. So take that residue adhesive off and replace it with this. That way everything is still good. So it gives you, again, some extras. Like it says in the little instruction manual. If the original tape adhesive fails, simply replace it with the extra. And it gives you a picture on how it's supposed to look, so you shouldn't have any issues. Okay, so I'm going to install the black one this time. So black on top of the black. Sorry, just wiping it down one more time to prepare it. Because once I add it on, I won't be able to change it or clean the bottom of it. So you're gonna take this off and it literally just peel all around. You see the adhesive right there. The adhesive is strong, by the way. That's what took me so long to get it off. And then literally, if I was you, I would align it with that. So arrow with arrow. So that way it's not any biggie. So I'm just gonna do it off camera because last time I was slightly off. Okay. On there just like that. As you can see, I can still use it. Now, my only thing is, this is kind of where the the interesting part will come into hand. When you want to take this off, you're also going to have to take this off. So just throwing it out there. Just giving you a disclaimer, because if you try to put this will not go easily on top. It may snap and break. So you would want to take this off and then install your new case. If you're ever going to put it in, some people may just keep this clear case on here. Maybe you might want to change in the future, or maybe no time right now. So it may not be a problem for anybody, but I just thought I'd throw that disclaimer on there. But again, as you can see, we found it. It's crazy that 2 different companies will work together like that though. So again, the one that I found that happened to work with these, that will allow you to put the bezel on, the bezel protector on, and allow it to fit with no issues. It looks like it is Spigen and Ringke. So you want to get the Ringke slim case and the Spigen Watch 8 Classic bezel tune. There's also another bezel protector that is on Amazon as well. I don't think that has a specific name brand. It's just from a store. So that one is also on there if you see it on there. It looks similar to these, but not as well made. I think it's a little more slimmer. And then I believe I saw one, I think, come to think of it, I think Ringke may have a bezel protector on their website as well. So you may want to check that out too. I think that was it. Come to think of it. As a matter of fact, let me just check really quick. Okay, so just to show you really quick. So you see Spigen has theirs, which is $29.99 for the silver one and for the black one. So they don't come 2 in 1, by the way. You have to buy them both separately, which is what I did. And then there is, yes, I was right. Okay. And then it looks like Ringke also has one as well, but keep in mind of that price. So I'm telling you right now, don't spend that $54.99 for one that looks exactly the same. It looks the exact same as the one from Spigen. The exact same. So don't buy it. Instead, I would use, unless they bring that price down, of course, I would use the Ringke Slim Case Protector. So I would use this one. I would get their Slim Case Protector, which you can get on Amazon too. And then I would get the Spigen bezel tune, which is only like $29.99, and you'll still save money that way. So just throwing that out there. But all right, YouTube fam, I know this was supposed to be the end of the video before this video, but I did say I was going to add on to it if I find a case that works. All right, YouTube fam, take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening, day, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Enjoy. Peace.